Hey Jenny, welcome back to the show. Got something really cool to talk about today.
Ooh, I can sense the tech excitement building, Mark. What's on tap? Anything to get me off the highway faster?
All right. So you know how we're always talking about smart cities and infrastructure and, how to make things a bit less maddening on the roads?
Yep, it's a favorite topic. How technology can make our urban lives, less congested. Fewer road rage moments.
Exactly. Less honking, more flowing. And this week, I saw something that really caught my eye. LEOTEK. The company, their Interlux AI traffic signal system. It just won a Silver Edison Award. That's a point of interest.
The Edison Awards? That's a pretty big deal, right? Recognizing innovation, the best of the best?
Seriously big deal. It's judged by a panel of experts, academics, business leaders, people who actually know their stuff. So, for a traffic signal system to get one, it's really saying something about the technology.
Okay, you've piqued my interest. What makes this traffic signal system so special? Is it just a smarter light bulb at the intersection? Enlighten me.
Oh man, this is the good part. It's way more than just a smarter light. It's integrating some really advanced tech. We're talking mmWave radar, AI-based image recognition, and V2X communication. It's like putting a whole bunch of high-tech sensory organs on a street corner.
Okay, wait, let me get this straight. They've put radar.like, the kind used for detection, maybe even in military applications, into a traffic light? How does mmWave radar enhance traffic signal functionality compared to traditional sensors, like those old loops in the road?
So basically what's happening is, mmWave radar emits these millimeter waves that can detect vehicles, pedestrians, bikes, even scooters, with incredible precision. Think of it like a really high-resolution sonar scan, but with radio waves. And here's the thing, the major advantage of mmWave radar is that it works in almost any weather. Fog, heavy rain, snow. It generally can see through it, unlike those traditional loop detectors buried under the road that can miss things, or cameras that struggle in bad visibility.
That's fascinating. So it's getting a much clearer, more consistent picture of what's happening at the intersection, regardless of what the weather is doing. And you mentioned AI and image recognition too? What role does AI play in making traffic signals smarter and more adaptive?
Right. So, while the radar gives you precise location and speed data, the AI and image recognition layers in cameras to actually classify what it's seeing. It can differentiate between a car, a truck, a pedestrian, a cyclist. It can even detect things like someone about to step off the curb, anticipating movement.
Okay, so it knows who's where and what they are. That seems like it would move beyond just simple weight or motion detection you'd get from older systems.
Exactly. It's about understanding the actual context of the intersection. It's building a dynamic picture. And then you add V2X communication to the mix. Vehicle to everything. This allows the traffic signal to talk to equipped vehicles. Think future-proofing.
Talk to vehicles? Like, hey, speed up, you're about to miss the green, or slow down, that light's about to turn red? That sounds like something out of a sci-fi movie.
Kind of. But it's more about data exchange, right? Vehicles can send information about their presence, speed, and even intentions to the traffic signal. And the signal can communicate things like upcoming phase changes or potential hazards back to the vehicle. It's a two-way conversation, essentially. How does V2X communication integrate vehicles into the traffic management system in a practical way?
So the car is talking to the light, and the light is talking to the car. That's a whole new level of connectivity on the road. It's not just an isolated light anymore.
It is. It's becoming part of a connected ecosystem. And all of this data, from the radar, the cameras, the conversations with vehicles, is being processed right there at the intersection using edge computing powered by NVIDIA technology. That's the brain of the operation.
Edge computing means the processing happens locally, not sent off to some distant server in the cloud, right? That seems pretty important for something like traffic management, where decisions need to be made in fractions of a second.
Spot on. That low latency, that almost instantaneous processing, is crucial. It allows the system to react in real time, adapting the signal timing based on the actual, live conditions at the intersection, not just preset programs or simple loop triggers that might be outdated the moment they're set.
Okay, I'm starting to really see how this is more than just a fancy traffic light. It's a dynamic, responsive system. So, Let's talk benefits. What are the big wins this kind of tech brings?
Well, beyond just smoothing out traffic flow, which is a major win, less time sitting in traffic is good for everyone. There are significant sustainability benefits, and this is where it gets really interesting.
Sustainability in traffic signals? How can optimizing traffic signals lead to such significant reductions in carbon emissions? It seems counterintuitive at first glance.
Think about it this way. Less idling. If you're stuck at a red light unnecessarily, your engine is running, it's burning fuel, emitting carbon. By making the signal smarter and more efficient, the system reduces unnecessary stops and waiting times. The data suggests it can lead to a 10 to 15% reduction in carbon emissions. That's not insignificant when you scale it up.
Wow, that's tangible impact. 10 to 15% just from traffic signals? That adds up across a whole city, or even more globally. That's real environmental progress.
Absolutely. It's kind of a stealth environmental win. And related to that, it also cuts energy costs by 40 to 45% through that reduced idling. Plus, the system itself uses energy-efficient LED lighting, which is another layer of sustainability built right in. What other environmental benefits come from using smart traffic systems like Interlux, beyond the carbon reduction?
So this system not only makes traffic flow better, but also helps the environment. By reducing idling time, it cuts down on fuel consumption and emissions. Like you said, it's a win for both drivers who presumably get where they're going faster and the planet. That's genuinely exciting.
It is, and it's not just a concept being dreamt up in a lab. This is being implemented. LEOTEK serves over 30 countries with their technology. It's in the real world.
It's impressive that this system is used in over 30 countries. What does that say about the state of traffic management globally? How do different countries approach the implementation of smart traffic systems? Are there unique challenges or strategies?
I think it shows that there's a universal need for better traffic solutions. Every major city in the world struggles with this. Each region has its own unique traffic patterns and infrastructure challenges, cultural driving habits even. But smart technology like Interlux can be tailored to fit those needs. It's about adapting the core technology to local conditions, whether it's managing pedestrian-heavy areas, busy freight routes near ports, or high-speed highways accessing the city.
That makes sense. It's not a one-size-fits-all solution, but a flexible platform that can be customized. And you mentioned experts weighing in on this?
Yes. Jensen Huang, the CEO of NVIDIA, has spoken positively about this. When the head of a company that's pretty much synonymous with AI power and high-performance computing talks about a traffic system, that's a pretty strong endorsement. It signals where the future of infrastructure is headed.
What does Jensen Huang's endorsement signify about the potential of AI in traffic management? It suggests that AI is becoming increasingly integral to managing our city's traffic flow and efficiency.
It does. It underscores the power of applying advanced computing to real-world problems like traffic. With the computing power NVIDIA provides, these systems can process vast amounts of data in real time, making our roads smarter and safer. LEOTEK's executives, like Torrent Chin and Ewing Liu, have also spoken about their vision for automated roads and how Interlux fits into that future. It's part of a larger plan.
Automated roads. That sounds like the next frontier after automated vehicles. How does LEOTEK's vision for automated roads align with broader trends in urban development and the rise of autonomous vehicles?
It aligns perfectly. As we see more connected and eventually autonomous vehicles on the road, the infrastructure needs to keep up. The traffic signals need to be able to communicate with these vehicles and manage their flow seamlessly, almost like air traffic control for the streets. Interlux is building the foundation for that future, creating intersections that can talk to the cars of tomorrow.
Okay, this all sounds incredibly promising, futuristic even. But I have to voice a concern that I'm sure is on many listeners' minds. With all this surveillance kind of technology, cameras and sensors, how does LEOTEK ensure that privacy is protected? It's a valid concern in today's world. How does the system ensure privacy while using image recognition technology?
That's a great and very important question, something that needs to be addressed head-on with any advanced sensor system. From what I understand, and based on industry practices for these types of municipal systems, the Interlux system is designed with privacy in mind. The processing, particularly the image recognition and analysis for traffic management, happens at the edge, locally, right there at the intersection. This is a key part of their design. It minimizes the transmission and storage of raw, identifiable video footage.
So they're not sending continuous video streams of everyone in every car through the intersection to a central server somewhere, which could then potentially be accessed?
That's the crucial point. The system focuses on extracting the necessary data for traffic management, classifying vehicles, detecting pedestrians, understanding traffic flow patterns, counting vehicles, and then it can anonymize that data before any further processing or storage, if it's stored at all, for analysis. It's about optimizing traffic movement, not monitoring individuals. The focus is algorithmic.
That makes sense. Processing locally and anonymizing the data seems like a crucial step in addressing privacy concerns with this kind of technology. It shifts the focus from who is at the intersection to what traffic elements are present. And I saw something about them complying with the Build America, Buy America Act. Does that relate to their ethical standards at all, perhaps in a broader sense?
It does, though perhaps indirectly related to privacy specifically. Complying with acts like BABA means the company adheres to certain standards for sourcing and manufacturing, which include not only environmental considerations, but generally strong corporate governance and ethical practices in their operations. While there wasn't explicit detail on specific privacy certifications in the material I saw, the emphasis on safety and efficiency, coupled with using local edge processing for data handling, definitely suggests ethical considerations are a part of their approach to designing and deploying the system.
Okay, that's reassuring to hear that privacy seems to be a considered aspect of the system's design. So looking ahead, what kind of developments can we realistically expect in smart traffic systems like this in the near future?
Well, the expansion of V2X integration is definitely a major area. As more vehicles come equipped with this technology, something required for many levels of autonomous driving, the traffic signals will get even more real-time data, allowing for even more sophisticated predictive traffic management. You could see the AI getting even smarter and anticipating congestion building up or potential conflicts before they happen, proactively adjusting timings.
Like the system knowing a delivery truck on a specific route is about to arrive and adjusting the light cycle slightly to accommodate it more smoothly, or predicting complex pedestrian crossing patterns during peak hours?
Exactly. Or rerouting traffic slightly in real time if an incident occurs down the road. And that ties into the potential for fully automated roadways in the future. As the infrastructure becomes more intelligent and interconnected, it paves the way for autonomous vehicles to operate more safely and efficiently in urban environments. What further advancements specifically relating to V2X communication can we realistically expect in the near future that would impact traffic flow?
It sounds like a constant evolution, building on the existing foundation. And compared to old-fashioned traffic lights with fixed timings or even basic loop detectors, how much of an improvement is this AI system? How does the Interlux system fundamentally differ from traditional traffic signals in terms of how it operates?
A pretty dramatic difference, actually. Traditional signals are either on a fixed timer, which doesn't adapt to real traffic conditions at all, leading to those infuriating moments sitting at a red light with nobody coming the other way, or they use simple triggers like detecting a single car waiting. The Interlux system, with its multiple sensors and AI processing everything in real time, is constantly analyzing the entire intersection. It adjusts signal timings dynamically based on actual traffic volume, pedestrian presence on all crosswalks, anticipating emergency vehicles approaching. It's a living system, not a static program.
So it's not just about being smarter, it's about being vastly more responsive to actual moment-by-moment conditions on the road, which I imagine leads to a much smoother, less start-and-stop flow of traffic.
Exactly. Less waiting, less congestion, less frustration for drivers. And that improved flow has a direct impact on the environmental benefits we talked about. Less idling means less pollution. In what ways is the AI-powered system demonstrably more efficient and potentially safer compared to older systems?
It seems like the safety aspect is a big one too, maybe one of the most important. By having a clearer, more comprehensive picture of everything happening at the intersection, the system can potentially prevent accidents.
Absolutely. Detecting pedestrians more reliably. Understanding complex traffic movements involving turns and multiple lanes. It significantly reduces the chances of conflicts between different road users. And I suppose over time, the savings in fuel and reduced emissions, along with the proven safety benefits from fewer accidents, make it a worthwhile investment for cities. From an economic standpoint, is investing in smart traffic systems truly cost-effective in the long term? factoring in all these elements?
From everything we've discussed, it definitely appears to be. While there's an initial investment for the advanced technology and updating infrastructure, the long-term benefits in terms of reduced congestion leading to economic productivity gains, significant fuel savings for drivers, lower emissions improving public health, and certainly potentially fewer accidents meaning reduced costs for emergency services and insurance. All these factor into significant cost savings for cities and a better quality of life for residents. It seems like the return on investment is pretty solid over time.
So it's clear that smart traffic systems like Interlux are not just a future concept. They're a necessary part of building more efficient and sustainable urban environments now. Winning that Edison Award really validates the practical impact of this kind of technology today.
It really does. It highlights that this isn't just theoretical, it's making a real difference. What do you think cities, particularly those struggling with congestion, should do to embrace this technology? What initial steps can cities take to implement smart traffic solutions effectively, especially if they have budget constraints?
I think the first step is a thorough assessment. Understanding their current traffic challenges, bottleneck areas, and existing infrastructure capabilities. They don't have to upgrade every single intersection at once. Then, it's about piloting and strategically implementing these solutions in specific problematic areas where they can have the biggest, most measurable impact. Working with companies like LEOTEK who have proven scalable technology and implementation experience seems wise.
And as consumers, as residents, staying informed about these advancements and understanding their benefits can help us advocate for better traffic management in our own communities. It empowers us to ask our local government, hey, have you looked into this?
Exactly. Because in the end, it's not just about smoother traffic flow and getting to work faster. It's about making our cities more livable, more sustainable for future generations, and safer for everyone who uses the roads. Drivers, cyclists, and pedestrians alike. The Interlux system is a great example of technology doing just that.
Well, that was a fascinating deep dive into the future of traffic, Mark. Thanks for bringing that to our attention. It's good to know there are smart people working on fixing those red light woes.
Anytime, Jenny. Love talking about tech that's genuinely making a real, positive difference in the world. We'll catch you next time.
See you then.